Okay, so we've got our site coming together, and so now I'll flick back to that drawing, and you can see that we've got the setouts for the main parts of the building. So I'll take it fairly slowly for that because that's important, we want to get that right. And so again, I'm going to use reference planes, and just so you're thinking about it in the right way, you don't need to use reference planes for every single thing. So it's only for the main measurements that I'm going to use these reference planes. So I'm going to go again and make some more reference planes now, starting with the one at the front that's set back from that front boundary. Again, just by eye, I'm going to click roughly where I think it should be. But it's only after I've drawn it that I can easily set that measurement for the setback. Exactly, yep, that's it. So, and that's a standard process with Revit. It's a bit different to AutoCAD, where in AutoCAD you would probably try and type in the distance from the corner or whatever you're setting out from, and then draw your line or your reference from there. But again, with Revit, you tend to just draw things, well, in many cases anyway, draw things by eye, then adjust the position after you've drawn it. And that's standard with a lot of modern software. That's the way it is. Lots of 3D programs are like that as well. So, okay, so then the rear setback is, well, you can see here, I'll use my drawing and we'll flick over to the other one in a minute. So there I've got the right measurement, which is 2760 plus 250, which of course is 3010. And so just watch out if you're looking at the other drawings, which we're going to switch over to in a minute. They've left the 10 mil off there. So 3000 and 3010 there as well. So, okay, so again, from the rear boundary, I'm going to draw another reference plane by eye where I think it should be. And then again, use that dimension to set the right measurement. So we've got our front and our rear setbacks. And then the next one that's important probably is the set out point for this part where you've got the return, or that little setback down for that little, I suppose, passageway or alleyway, really. And so what is it? So it's, well, 5650 plus 500, so 6150. So again, I'm going to start using the other drawing because it's got some other measurements, and then we can confirm that. Yep, 6150. So 6150, and then looking at this drawing now, where we've got some more detailed measurements. The setback of that wall from this boundary is, of course, 750 there, and so again, just by eye, and the reference plane here doesn't need to be the full length because it's only for the part between the other two reference planes I've just drawn. And then again, change the dimension. And so then from this front setback, we've got that other little setback there, 800, but I'll put it as well. And then the last one is 1715, I think, yeah, from that top boundary. And so again, showing that in. Okay, so that should give us everything we need to draw the footprint of the building in plan. But of course, Revit is always 3D, and we need to be thinking about the heights as well. So I usually, I don't know why, but I usually start with the south elevation to see my levels. Now, if you missed it, I've already set the ground floor to 150, so we'll keep it at that. And then, if you want to, you can call it lower floor, like it is in the other drawings, but I'm going to keep it as ground floor, I think, because that's what it is. And then, now I'm going to go back to the other tiny house set out PDF file that has the levels that you can use. And so here, again, we're making it a bit different this time because we're making that lower floor, or the ground floor, 150 instead of 300. But we're going to keep the other levels the same. So the upper floor, 2800. And so the upper floor, in my case, is level 1. And so again, if it's 2800, you can see already it'll give you the dimension to the ground floor. Of course, 2650, 2800 minus 150. And so that means with the floor structure and the ceiling combined at 250, which is a good size for them, that still leaves you 2400 for your floor to ceiling height, which is good. So then we've got the next level, so the upper floor. And in fact, what I might do is I will change level 1 to upper floor. I'm not going to change ground floor to lower floor though, because ground floor is a better name for it. And always yes to rename corresponding views. And then I can draw 2 more levels. Again, as usual with things like this, don't be too precise when you're setting out the heights of these. Just draw in the number of levels that you need, and then come back to adjust the heights of those. So the next one, 5300, and then 6355. Uh, 6355. And it was it? Yeah. So yeah. So okay. So the upper level there, the one that's level 2, I'm going to call upper. I'm not even going to put upper. No, I'm going to put upper floor. Sorry, just so that it stays in the right alphabetical order. So upper floor, and then CL. So it's a bit confusing because CL means ceiling level, and so it's the ceiling level that's associated with that floor. So it should really be story, but anyhow, we'll keep it as floor. And then the last one is the parapet. Yeah, so you just want to keep looking at your project browser and make sure that the plan views are the same as your level names. And I just wanted to check that because you probably saw I was pressing enter to when that dialog box came up. I'll show you what I mean. This one that when you change the name of a level comes up asking if you want to rename corresponding views. If you accidentally say no there, I'll just do that so you can see what happens. Now they're different. So it says parapet 1 for the level name, but the floor plan is still called parapet. And that can become really confusing if your levels and your plan names aren't linked. So that's why it's really important that you say yes, and that will change your floor plans and your ceiling plan names. And that makes it a lot clearer for you. Okay, so that's all of the constraints or the limits of our design set up before we've even made the walls. And then a nice thing you can do is just check that your references are long enough for these levels. They are crossing over, so that's actually good enough. But if you notice that they're not, you can always extend those just to make sure they come up. Because if you go, I'll just show you, into a plan view, like this one here, parapet, you'll only see the references that cross that level. So I'll go back and just show you in that elevation. So this one actually was closer, that's why we're still, or maybe I'm confused. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so there, definitely it's missing that reference plane. But if I go back into the elevation and extend it again, so it's crossing through that level. Now, let's see. Oh, now, one thing that's missing. Oh no, sorry, it's just the order. In fact, I should have kept it a level 1. So I'm always just thinking about ways of getting the levels to be in the right order in the project browser. There are ways of getting it to sort. If you want to look at some of the more advanced things, you can go into these browser organization options. There are ways of getting the levels to be sorted by height, or the floor plans to be sorted by height, but I don't want to go through that now. What a lot of people do is they put numbers in front of their level names just to keep the order the way they want it. So they'll put, you know, 01 in front of the first one, and then 02 in front of the next one, and so on. And then that way it goes in the right order in your floor plans. So that's one strategy. But another way is to just try and get them alphabetically in order by height. So there's a way I can do that, I know, because if I make it, instead of upper floor, make it level 1 again. Right, so now it goes ground floor, then level 1, because of course L comes after G. And then this one can be level 1 CL. And again, now that will go after level 1 because of the CL. Just a little thing, but it does make it a lot less confusing if the floor plans are in the order, in order by height. So that's just a little thing. And then you do have, well, there's a few other options as well, I'll show you later. But then the final thing I'll just show you there, you'll see that these level names are overlapping because of the size of the text. Now you can change the size of your text. You can also select those levels and use this elbow option to bring that tag down, and then you can move that up and down so it's not overlapping the other one. Oops. Okay, so that works. Now I'm going to show you what I think is a better way. So I'm just going to do undo. Okay, especially for interior design, you'll often want these drawings to be at 1 to 50. And if you set the scale to 1 to 50, the text will be smaller, and then you don't have to worry about it overlapping so much. So that's what I'd do, and then the same in your section. Your section will definitely be 1 to 50. So again, once that is 1 to 50, the text doesn't overlap and it's not an issue. So that's a simple thing you can do, just to adjust your text size quickly. And it's not wrong either, because your drawings will probably be at that scale in the end anyway. And then the final thing I'm doing there in the section view, just to make it a bit easier to work with, I'm adjusting that crop region to bring it in to where the building will be, and we know that because of where the reference planes are. Okay, so that's another option you can look at, and there we are. So that gives you everything set up, ready to put the walls in. That won't take long, but I'll give you some time just to set those things up.